So you didn't tell him, hey, Eddie, I want that fight?
Oh, no, I messaged him. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
What message was
I'll tell you. I said, if he's going to call me out, I'm going to make my presence known. I want to do Shakur next. I was talking to him today, and he's adamant he wants the rehydration clause. I said, I'll do it for numbers, all right? So
you were willing to even do the hydration clause?
I would do the hydration clause, because you know what? I'm disciplined. I'm extremely disciplined. Like, I mean, my discipline is unquestioned. You know, so for me, getting the weight down and doing it right, you won't see me doing our Eubank business, posting our sympathy, even though I like sweatsuit and that. I'll do the weight properly, and ultimately it comes at a price. It definitely comes at a price, and that's what that fight would be. And do I fancy that fight? Yes, because I love the challenge of it. Right. It is a future pound for pound great. I think he's too small. I wouldn't try and box him. I wouldn't try and counter. I'd just steam straight into him. I'd steam into him. I'd fight him. I would take it to him and rough him up.
All right, so Conor Benn, you know, the options must be drying up when we start talking about Ryan Garcia, and we start talking about Ryan Garcia, and we start talking about what was the other guy he was trying to fight? Rolly Romero, all those tied up. So, you know, he want to make some money. You made some good money with Eubanks. They had 1 million pay-per-views the first fight, probably similar to second fight. You don't want to, when you take steak, you don't want to go back to Vienna sausages. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, realistically, yeah, you don't want to take that step back. You want to you get addicted to that money. That's why I don't understand why a lot of these dudes don't take the risk while they're young. Why they wait till they 30s to take risks. And guess what? If they taste glory, they don't have a long run. And if they lose, they act like it's over with. And this is why you get a lot of these geriatric fights. You don't get big top classics no more, elite classes, because they all fighting past their prime. When you in your 20s, you in your prime. When you in your 30s, you just started to be on your decline. You know what I'm saying? So when we start really getting into it and talking about it, this is why you don't see top level, elite level fights like you used to see. The Hearns and the Haglers, or the Leonards and the Hearns, and you don't really, even Holyfield and Tyson was old at their age. They ain't fighting like that no more. You know? Because they not taking a risk early. They babysitting, they waiting, they taking their time, and they waiting, and ain't no point of waiting. And when they wait until their 30s to take the risk, they best years behind them. So even if they strike gold, they don't have much longevity left anymore. The longevity is cooked. So what's best, you know, you come up short. If you're 22, 23, you come up short. Okay, who cares? Try again. You can even lose a few times in your 20s and still persevere. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, he calling Shakur Bluff. You know, and my thing is, he shouldn't have to do a rehydration clause. He cutting all the way back down from 160, regardless of what he did to Chris Eubanks. That ain't got nothing to do with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur is looking for a competitive advantage. It came out his own mouth when he talked about tanking the rehydration clause. I played that clip so many times. It came out his own mouth. Those for people who ain't sure. He's not sure. So how can you criticize one person for doing something and you turn around and do the same thing? And no, it's not different. This is what I be talking about. But then again, when I speak the gospel on this, I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. Well, everything I'm saying about this motherfucker is true. I don't understand why people try to come in and call. I don't understand why. Like, what's not to understand? I'm telling you, with great detail, with receipts, with proof. People just don't like the honesty, dog. And if I don't hold the mirror, if people like me don't hold the mirror to these guys' faces, bro, they're not gonna know the truth. Fucking sellouts. They not gonna know the truth. What he talking about is some hoe ass nigga shit, dog. You can't. So, you know, I ain't the biggest Tank fan. All right, and I probably say that the biggest Tank fan. I'm not. But what I will say is, you can't criticize Tank for doing something, talk down about it, and do you do the same thing? Fight this man without a rehydration clause. If you him, you him. Same thing with Bernie the Boxer got on here talking about Shakur and Devin. Well, Devin outgrew Shakur, and okay, cool. I respect that opinion. I agree with that opinion, right? But then when you talking about, well, I go to welterweight, being Shakur Stevenson and fight Conor Benn at welterweight, then hold the fuck on. Devin Haney fight at welterweight. And if you so much better than Devin Haney, what you need a rehydration clause for, dog? This is the shit I be talking about, dog. But when it come to Hector, they don't ask for rehydration clause for Hector. They ain't asking for no rehydration clause from Hector. They don't want to fight niggas, dog. That's the main thing I think Mayweather tell them niggas they don't fight another black man. Had I fought niggas, I wouldn't be undisputed. I wouldn't be TBE. He ain't TBE. And I explain that in great detail every chance that I get. You can't be the greatest if you didn't fight the greatest fighters that's participated in the sport being black fighters. You didn't fight the black fighters your era. You fought geriatric shame, bro. And I know the truth hurt, bro. I feel it. It's supposed to hurt. You know, but shout out to Conor Beans. Okay, should I call your snow on the bluff? Let's do it. And he said, I'm going to run through you. He said, I believe in myself because there shouldn't be no rehydration clause, bro. There shouldn't be no rehydration clause, man. And this is why Aiden Ross told him to his face that UFC is better. These niggas always got a handicap. They always got to take away the entertainment value. They don't believe, bro. There is no self-belief. Everybody's scared to lose in a race they owe, and they can't take an L. You know, this is why the UFC is better, bro. They can take an L and keep it moving. These overpaid niggas, if it wasn't for Turkey, dude, these niggas would be dropping chicken at KFC right now. They'd be fighting, twerking for Super Chat. All these niggas would be on Pro Box. And despite Turkey keeping the fight game alive, and he come in and bring the money, he put the money up for any and every fight that he deems acceptable. They still don't want to fight each other, dog. They still don't want to fight the top fights. Nigga, I want to be the face of boxing, and cool, you want to be the face of boxing, then prove it. What are we waiting around for Shakur and Devin? If you willing to go to 47 for Conor Benn, why not get it popping? Why not get it popping right now? That's what I don't understand. You say you the best, he said he the best. You calling out Ryan, you calling out this guy. These niggas just be talking, bruh. They don't believe in themselves, dog. It's just a marketing tool. I'm the best, and I'm this, that, and the third. They don't want to have to prove it. It sounds cool just saying it rather than proving it. It sounds cool. So, like I said before, it's a fight that's interesting, and then they go, well, me and Conor Benn make more money in the UK. Remember, it was a point in time where Americans didn't even think about going to the UK because some of the fuckery they felt like that was going over there with the judging and all that type of stuff. Remember that? Now all of a sudden, to avoid fighting other black fighters and other elite black talent in boxing, now what's the narrative now? What's the narrative now? Oh, I'm gonna go overseas. Now they begging to go overseas. When you couldn't even find American fighters in the Andre Ward era. Andre Ward was never going overseas to fight nobody. Am I lying? He wasn't going overseas to fight nobody, bruh. Roy Jones wasn't trying to go overseas. Mayweather wasn't trying to go overseas. Now all of a sudden they going overseas to avoid competition. To duck the guys, bro. Y'all ain't gonna bring the sport back until y'all start fighting the top level opposition. Y'all ain't gonna bring the sport back till y'all start fighting top level opposition, bro. So whenever y'all put y'all fucking get y'all panties out a bunch and fight top level opposition, y'all'll be okay. But y'all refuse. Y'all want to do everything, even with the sport being on life support, and they not aware of that. When Bud and Shakur did that interview with Aiden Ross, and he told them boxing is basically the UFC is better, they not even aware of the pulse of their sport. They're not even aware of it. They're not even aware that their sport is on the decline and it's trash. They're so socially ignorant to what's going on. You know, but like I said, people call me a hater and say I'm crazy. You know, what's that song by God? They call me crazy, but hey, hit the link in the description. The first link is say find me everywhere. You can find me on Patreon, X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.